Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Captain's Lounge. And remember, I am Captain Diesel, and today I have with me a very special guest that you guys can see. She's a special guest, but she be here a lot, so you kind of just have a permanent room in a dojo, I guess. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, Dr. Kiori. Oh my God, I'm just giving your whole government name. I forgot what you went by. You have like 3 different channels. I
It's
never know.
Dr. Kaori Knight. What is happening?
Look. It's been a long day. All right, relax. I be forgetting because again, you have like 3 channels, and I be forgetting what you go by sometimes.
Yes, but it's all of them are the same.
Okay.
It's
Anyway,
the same name. I didn't change my name on them.
the comic book doctor, the doctor, now whatever. Okay, y'all get with it. Today we are going to be talking about comics. There's been a lot of stuff going on with comics as of late that I haven't been able to cover through videos because again, it just takes a little bit for me to sit down, record, get it edited and chopped it up, and get the actual pages and all that good stuff. So I decided that at bare minimum weekly, I'm going to try to come on to the Captain's Lounge, even if we don't have anything to talk about, just to cover and update on some of the comics that are going around and some of the comics I've been interested in reading, because there is some dope stuff that is out right now and some stuff coming up, like the Captain Planet is getting a book that I really want to check out because fucking Captain Planet. Uh, so that being said, Kiori, before we get into it, how are you doing, my friend? How are things?
I'm very sleepy. I've been recording for a whole day since yesterday.
Damn.
So I have not been to sleep yet.
Yeah, because Sunday's like your recording days, right?
Saturday is my recording day.
Oh, so you just.
But I got like super sidetracked by a book that I'm reading that I'm supposed to be doing a review for. And I stayed up for like 3 hours and read most of it.
Of course, that's not like you. Anyway, y'all, today, first and foremost, we're going to be covering Storm and the Absolute Wonder Woman mostly. But I did want to start off by a little fun, get into a little fun topic in regards to just us suggesting a random thing we're reading right now that's not Wonder Woman or Storm. And I was going to let you kick it off. Like, what are you reading right now that you want to promote to the masses?
Well, there's actually one story in particular that I will. It is Kill All Immortals from Dark Horse Comics. Absolutely one of the best stories out right now. The character development of the siblings, the artwork is absolutely phenomenal and consistent, and it's just really amazing. And honestly, the description that was given, which is John Wick with Norse gods, is basically all it is, and that's most accurate.
I need to sit down and read that. Because you talked about this like a couple times. I think you put out like a couple videos on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta sit down and
And
do that.
the newest one just came out Wednesday, their new comic book day, and I was so excited when it came out. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was screaming, "Oh my god!" in my room, going towards the end. I was like, "Yep, this is definitely one of my favorite books."
For me, it's probably gonna be. I think because I told you about it today. I was going to ask you if you could read it, but it's the Wolverine stuff that's going on right now. If you guys have been watching the channel, you know that I've covered Daken in general. Daken Akihiro as a character. Kind of did like my pitch in regards to him being in the Daredevil series, but he essentially got another solo run where, for the lack of explanation and simplicity, he's just another Ghost Rider now. There is a demon by the name of Bagarul or Bagragul thing. I keep calling it Bagul because of fucking it's sinister, but essentially it's another demon that Mephisto holds in high regard. It does some sick stuff. And there was initially, I guess, a Wolverine run with Logan before this, and the demon possessed him. And then for whatever reason, the actual Ghost Rider, I cannot remember the demon, the spirit of vengeance names, like Zarados or Zapdos or some shit like that.
Zapdos is a Pokemon.
I know that.
I think it's that.
It's something with a Z. But he pulled that demon out of Wolverine, so now this demon is possessing the corpse of Daken Akihiro now. It's a 4-part series. At least it's just 4 issues, and after the 4 issues, they say he's going to come back. But he essentially is the new an additional spirit of vengeance because he looks the same. The powers pretty much operate similarly. Like he has the flaming skull. He rides motorcycles, and the motorcycles are on fire, but his claws are on fire. I wish they would have like done a little bit more to give him a different power set than the actual Ghost Rider, than him just being Ghost Rider with Wolverine claws. But I don't know. Maybe as we get him in more stuff, things will get added going down the line. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was a little cool, chill 4 issues to read. But getting into the main stuff, the meat and potatoes. Oh, did you have something to say about it? Right. I think your mic's muted. Your mic is still muted. Your audio is like gone now. Yeah, while she's fixing that, y'all. Yeah, I highly recommend Hell Rain issue. No, it's only 4 issues. If not that, then I would also recommend the solo run that Laura Kinney is getting right now. For people that aren't aware of who Laura Kinney is, she is X23, Wolverine's biological daughter, essentially. That was created as a clone of him. She's getting a run that's kind of like following up the events of the Krakoa stuff and the downfall of Krakoa. It's cool. It's cool so far. I didn't enjoy the first issue as much, but the second issue is kind of cool because she's doing like a buddy cop thing with Elektra as Daredevil right now. For people that aren't aware, Elektra is the current Daredevil. While I don't know. I don't think Matt Murdock's still in prison. I think he's out of prison at this point, but I know she still has the moniker of Daredevil instead of just being Elektra now. So her shit is cooked right now. We will keep it rolling though. But y'all, I wanted to sit down and really discuss the Storm run and the Absolute Wonder Woman run that's going on right now. I know in the thumbnail it essentially is us comparing them, and we can compare to a certain extent. But for the most part, I wanted to really sit down and discuss and give credence to how dope these two runs are. For me, for a long time, I had not really. I love the character Storm from watching the animated series and other animated appearances she's been in, but I had never really read a solo Storm run that I absolutely fell in love with. There's kind of stuff here and there with her interaction with the Morlocks, and stuff of that nature, and then obviously like her run being the Queen of Wakanda that I thought was interesting. But I really had not read a Storm story that I felt like really like blew my pants off, for lack of a better term. This current Storm run that is happening right now, I think, it started in 2024, but it's still ongoing. Only 4 issues in, but when I mean to tell you that I absolutely am in love with everything that the writer Mwewa Adeyele is doing with it. For people that want to see more information in regards to how he like looked at doing this stuff, on Kaori's channel, we did an interview with him, where me and her sat down and talked to him. Because he's doing some dope stuff with this run. And for me, this is like the quintessential Storm run. All right, you back?
Can I be heard now?
Now you can be heard, yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know
what happened. It was like, switch your device. I was like, no. And then it switched my device anyway. I was like, what is going on? Then I couldn't hear you.
Jesus. But you get back in time now. I was just kind of breaking down the Storm book. Do you want to kind of give people like your thoughts on the run so far through 4 issues?
Like the whole entire run, I think is actually a really fun writing for her. In like the beginning when she was going through her different versions of herself, I really appreciated that. Just like looking back at her past, and I think that's what I really appreciate about Adele's writing, is using her past to propel her throughout the story, and I really like that. I am thoroughly enjoying the Storm books.
Yeah, we talked about it in the interview with Mwewa, but I'm loving how he is kind of using all like the big like important men throughout her history in the comics, and like kind of bringing them up, but not having them like overshadow her in an overbearing way. Like she's kind of dealing with them in a Storm fashion. Like she's still keeping her sense of stature and confidence in interacting with them. I think prime example is in issue 3 and 4 technically, where she was interacting with Doom essentially. Doom to Logan, And according to Muewa, at some point we'll see T'Challa in this story as well. And then we know that in issue 7, we're going to see Thor and other Thunder Gods as well. So it's just like this recurring trend of all these powerful men in Marvel Comics that Storm has interacted with, like coming back and kind of using them each to kind of showcase her backstory as they're developing her further. Because that's the thing about the story as well that I'm enjoying, that you kind of see a lot in the first issue, is that it is taking every aspect of Storm historically while also developing her further. So like the maternal aspects of her that she had with like a Jubilee or Rogue or whoever else you want to put in the X-Men, that she was kind of a maternal figure for, while also keeping the warrior side of her, where she's still very much so like a fighter. And I think we saw more of that in like issue 3. But this is dope though. This is really, I'm really enjoying what they're doing with Storm so far in this run. And I mentioned it when you were gone. Like I haven't really read a Storm run, like solo run or like a story from her that has captured my attention as much as this one has per se. I think other ones have been great, and I'm not saying they haven't been good, but I feel like there's always like a part of her lacking, or like it only emphasized one aspect of her, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I've read a few of her old stories, and I was just like, I feel like she could be written better. But I think what I really like the most is how he incorporates everything. So like when he was talking about and how he incorporated um even going back to like his Moon Knight story that he wrote with Spider-Man and Moon Knight, where he's using the voices. He also has that aspect of like when she was in the X-Men cartoons, and he's taken that, like the early X-Men cartoons, he's taken that X-Men evolution and just like how she's been brought up through those other solo comics, as well as when she was the regent for Krakoa and the Queen of Mars and all this other stuff, and just rolled it into one. And I have really, really appreciated all of that because that's very deserving of her character.
Mhm. Also, I lied. Can you turn down the Magic School Bus a little bit?
I was about to say, are you sure it is not loud? Well, she's also asleep, so she's not watching it no more.
But um, for people wondering, Kaori is letting her dog watch Magic School Bus to go to sleep, I guess. But for this story, just to kind of give a little bit of a synopsis for the first 3 to 4 issues, Storm is essentially, again, with a lot of the mutant stuff going on right now, they're dealing with the fallout of Krakoa not existing anymore and how the world is perceiving mutants and all that good stuff. So she essentially goes to like save people that are in this like almost nuclear explosion. And I can't remember where, was it in OKC? I think it was in Oklahoma City, right?
Yeah,